super excited. I'm going to turn this light off. I think it's too bright in here. There, that's better. Yes, if you have not heard the latest breaking news on Fox, the Republicans have now filed an investigation into the HB, that is HUNTER BIDEN laptop, and they have found links to, what do you think? Human trafficking. And Joe Biden knew about it. The show is about to get really fucking awesome. I'm so excited. Uh, I can't be more happy than I am this morning. It's amazing. I love these, how things are just rolling out. And anybody who did watch the actual little breaking news that came out just now, there's some clips on my page on Telegram, and yeah, they even mentioned the big voter fraud and money laundering. Like, it's all coming out. This FTX debacle with now $16 billion. Like, people really care about where their money went. And I heard there's over 1 million creditors. 1 million creditors. Wow. So, anyways, yes, I'm super stoked about everything that is happening. I don't know if everyone else is feeling that big timeline shift that we all went through. And the Schumann is off the charts. And yeah, I got up at 5 o'clock this morning, and the energy was a little bit off this morning. Not, I was kind of little off kilter a little bit, but now I'm kind of back on track. Yeah, I think it's weird because I see things happening in the 3D world, and even I think some people are coming to their own realizations, so that 3D timeline is shifting a lot because of this FTX thing, and because of it taking so long to count these things and all of that. So this is really interesting, people. I'm pretty excited. So I'm just going to do a quick card reading because I'm trying to get these charts and things. And if people didn't catch what Mr. T said the other day, I do believe that was the announcement of what we're experiencing, and all the 17 flags, the eagles on top of the flag poles, that's all military stuff. So we need to, I even need to learn how to discern in a lot of the pictures, but there's a lot of people who help you out there with that stuff of what's going on with all these comms. So super excited. The best is yet to come. Yeah, you're welcome for that. So we all thought the big excitement was going to be Pelosi being all fired, but as if that's only part of the excitement. Okay, here, big surprise. We got the perception again. So what we're all experiencing are people's perceptions on reality, and that's what's shifting. And the horse is all about, I'm going to put my glasses on just so I read right off the cards. Accepting help from another, delegating authority. And this is interesting. The king. Boop, boop. Here we go. The king is about man, authority, male sexual energy, things pertaining to law and justice. This is what's going on. You see what's happening here at 444? And we got the Merlin card again. This is 2 days in a row with the perception and the Merlin card. So this is literally the alchemy of what we're creating here. The justice is coming, and people's perception, they're probably going to be seeking our help to have some understanding here. So I even myself was a little bit triggered in the last couple of days. I'm like, I had to walk away, and sometimes it's hard. So yeah, I accept that I shouldn't be talking about certain things with certain people right now. My son is one of them. So, anyways, the card reading is very promising for things that are going on in our universe. I really do see it all coming together quite magically. I just was going to kind of go over while I have where's my little page here, and just scroll through some of the things. So if you don't have Telegram, you'll know what. Oh yeah, the one thing I came on here to talk about was the Disney bullshit. Under fire for asking birthday, gender, identity to continue streaming. Now, if that isn't waking people up to the agenda over there, I don't know what is. And thank you again for Eyes to See, Ears to Hear page. That's Taco Spice. She's posting some really excellent things on people really saying things they shouldn't be saying about kids and animals. It's disgusting. So, federal agents released its assessment that no document that Mr. T had in Mar-a-Lago was of value, held no risk to the country. Where did we hear that in the news? Oh, yeah, we didn't. So there's a Saskatoon woman nightclub homicide here in Canada was just released on bail. This Paige Thoreau Fisher, she was 22, caught on camera and released. But the political prisoners that are being held in jail are still being held there. You gotta wonder what the heck is going on. Oh, and one of the things is thank you to Agent One again and Shelley, Agent Blusky. Today, Calgary City Council, having serious discussion about Sean Chu now that Danielle Smith investigating allegations of sexual misconduct when he was a police officer. And there's a picture of him with a little panda sitting next to him. Like, why are they investigating this misconduct by this Sean Chu guy, this council member or whatever, when he was a police officer, and they're not researching into Michael Gallant, the pedo principal that raped poor little Owen Lee here in Calgary and then got a promotion. So I've got to wonder about that. So um, yes, I'm just reading this. Yes, I do feel very, very positive, like more positive than I've ever felt. In fact, all synchronicities are aligning. Even there was 31 and 13 thumbs up when I was saying that. So I was texting or answering the family or the Lee family the other day, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a Q popped up in the thing, and I'm like, what? Where did this come from? Like in the draft, it said I had a draft, and I'm like, I wasn't drafting anything. So I went and saw what it was, and I'm like, well, that's interesting. So, there's a whole bunch of things that have been happening, and I'm super excited for. But the most exciting thing now is finally this stuff is coming out on where it should be on, like the television, so these 3D people can get um, kind of an idea or a clue as to what's going on. So I think a lot of people will be waking up to what happened with their money, number one, because I know a lot of people are curious and they're phoning their investment people and finding out what they can do or what's going on. And so it's interesting. Like I think people should be calling, especially like I said yesterday, if you're in a teachers union or in something that's government regulated, phone and see what's going on with your pension fund, because a lot of the people like don't know. And I think Nick V had this on his page a little while ago. I think it was called the best is yet to come video, and somebody else made it. I made the mistake of thinking he made it, but he just posted it. And my point with that, where was I going? Oh, yeah, that even the banks in behind the scenes are using asset-backed crypto to pay their loans right now because they know that as of September 30th, the Basel system is up with them. They have to have asset-backed currency in the system. That's why this FTX went, because there's nothing backing it. It's just a bunch of money launderers pilfering money. They actually took fiat currency, which was invisible money in the first place, from fractional reserve banking, and then they threw it into cryptocurrency, which was the bad cryptocurrency that wasn't asset backed, like LRP, XRP, or XLM, or some of the other ones that are backed by gold or silver, and so on and so forth. So, and to be honest, I really didn't even get crypto until I watched that video. So, if you want to watch it, I think it's somewhere on my channel at least, and it's called yeah, Nick V and whatever. You can go do a search of it. And I thought it was a really excellent video worth watching because it kind of ties everything what's going on in the system today. So I'm trying to do like it's. I keep getting sidetracked by all of this stuff happening because I'm juggling, this a couple of timelines right now. So I'm working diligently to get this chart together for this family and just even show you the list of names and things like that and how they're all related and where they all took place in that. So uh, yeah, in that storyline. So if I can simply get that accomplished today in the part one, and then if I can get more information, I'll add on to it. So, but that's what I'm working on this afternoon. And I just wanted to bring you this happy news and hooray! Hooray! I don't know. I hope everybody feels as happy as I do. I know I've been waiting for this for a long time, and just any sort of information on that on the news would be like better than nothing. So I'm super stoked for it. So the other thing I'm preparing for is on, well, tomorrow is the rally at 6220 Lakeview Drive Southwest here in Calgary at 1 o'clock for the Lee family. And I'm preparing for my Rise interview on November 27th with Greg and the team at Rise TV and also Ishmael Perez. So it'll be the gang of us having a big chit chat on November 27th. So that's not this Sunday, I believe the next Sunday. So, anyways, yeah, I think that was about all I wanted to cover today because I have a lot of videos floating, almost one a day now. I said I could read through this news and just tell you every few hours what was going on because I find it so exciting and I feel like a little hummingbird at a feeder with information. But it's all stuff that we knew was going to happen. It's just actually happening in this 3D timeline. Even though I believe we won a long time ago and these creepers have been arrested, except for these low-lying pond scum in our own city that have children that they shouldn't have, etc. And I do believe military is the only way, so we have to keep just inspiring ourselves to manifest those higher timelines. It's already happening, justice and truth. So, you know the phrase, we are all one, and light and love to everybody. Keep your vibes really super high. I know it's frustrating sometimes with family members, but yeah, we exactly, Nancy. The show is going on, and the panda is a marker. It is a marker to show us that they know. They know everything. And this is what I firmly believe, even in Calgary, even with this family. They know what we're saying every day. They know what I say on this channel. They know what the Lee family have been through. They know all of us have been watching the video. They know all of us are praying to get this family back. They know all of us are standing in love and respect for all these missing children. That light is so bright, they are shitting their pants right now because they know they're next. They see what's going on. Don't think they didn't watch Fox News. or hear, they all know about this. So this is a controlled operation. They can't just come out and pummel people with, oh, here's the laptop day one. So we have to slowly integrate these things into people's consciousness, whether or not people get effed off with you for your opinion or whatever. We just have to sit in pure love and understanding. It is frustrating at times. I know I'm going to see my son this afternoon, and he says he doesn't care, but then he does care. I don't know. It's very confusing. These Generation Zers, I don't know. People complain about the millennials, but I've got a Generation Zer. I love you, Bubba. He always says, I love you, Mama. I go, I love you, Bubba. We love each other, but right now we agree to disagree. So, anyways, I will be talking to you guys probably, hopefully soon. Hopefully, maybe the Canada wide boop yesterday was a sign of the boop. Maybe tomorrow. Um, um, well, you gotta, Lauren's asking me about Flynn and Lynn Wood. And I, again, am gonna go out and say, like, some storylines are there for, and some people are there as just purely, I'm not saying these people are, but when you see these, even the people talking bad about Trump right now, think about the art of war and the deception that's involved to kind of pull people in. So I'll use Mr. T as an example with DeSantis, oh, like they look like the media, they're gonna go to battle or something, or whatever it is. But what happens when they all come together to establish the same goal? Because I do believe all of these people, all of them, all of them are under strict orders and control of either the white hats or the other ones to complete these tasks in the public eye so that we can continue the show to the way it's being disclosed to people. That's all. And so a couple years ago, when even truthers were kind of fighting with each other and saying this person is bad, that person is bad, it's irrelevant. It's all irrelevant. The ego part of it is irrelevant to how the show is going to end. So it doesn't matter who likes who right now. It's what are these people saying, and you have to filter and discern. So this has been what we've been going through for me personally for most of my life, but in the last 3 years very heavily on information, where before it was like I could just shut off the TV because I didn't believe the news, like, or I didn't want to watch it or whatever because I thought it was fake a long time ago. It wasn't necessarily just because somebody said it's real, it doesn't make it real to me. So that's what we're coming through, is these two timelines now merging of that old reality and this new reality, and of new earth and these new energies, and we're being gifted. It's like these 12 versions of ourselves are coming together to go into the 13th creation. So it's not like it's a super easy process because there's so many outcomes of so many different avenues in the timelines. So each person affects outcomes greater than you can ever imagine. So if you keep thinking negatively about something, you're actually affecting it on a way greater scale as above. So our planet here, planet Earth, is used as a hub of information exchange. And not all that information is going to be pure from one person giving that information to another because of the level of information that we're dealing with, and the level of frequencies we're dealing with, and the level of lifetimes we're dealing with. We're coming to the end of 26,500 years. We have had 5,000 cycles of those 5,500 year cycles. So we're coming into, and as you noticed, Mr. T did mention this golden age a couple of times in the video. So, and that's where we're coming to the golden age. Nothing can stop the vibrations that are being gifted. Nothing can stop us galactically where we're going. So, this information has to come out a certain way to keep those vibrations from rising. Because if they just came out and went full reptilian like 3 years ago, people would have lost their minds. Like, literally, everybody would have lost their minds. We would have had that empathetic, energetic shift to the vibrations of people trying to deal with that. Like, even in the last 2 months for me, energetically, I've been dealing with being triggered from things even in my life here to end certain things and certain traumas from being continued. So it's very interesting because I see that going on with a lot of people, and they're moving through these cycles and shifts where they're getting rid of things that have held them pain for a really long time, and then they come to a head somehow, some way, and then it's almost like once it comes to a spot of recognition, then it can be start to be healed in a different vibration. But until it's actually recognized, then, and that's one of the things I will be honest with that I was going through with my son, is that he's 23, so that's an age where I believe you're still a child physically until you're 25 years old. You don't come to a certain place of chemical understanding and balance. Even I know who I was then, and I'm like, nope, there is no way I was balanced. I was married and divorced before the age of 23, and I had 2 kids. So, seeing and not comparing, but just looking at the two different timelines of how information is accepted here in my son's life versus here in my life, it's interesting. And I said something to my friend today, and I was like, oh, that I wish I had used that a long time ago with my kids. Is that okay? Let's just talk about something simple like math, for example. So, say we learn math in grade 8 to be a certain calculation, A plus B equals C. Okay? But we go to university and we learn a new technique to get us to C faster, but it doesn't really even include A and B. So we kind of bypassed like where we get this information from, if you kind of get what I'm saying. So we started with the information being all at C already because we didn't need to know A or B. It was irrelevant to the equation when we went to university, okay? So we start with this information of C, and it's just a different place of learning, a different basis of knowledge, a different vibration of what we started learning into that. So um, we're all going to have a difference of opinions. We're all going to be on different wavelengths, and because our chemical reactions are all at a different place. Nobody is meant to be exactly on the same vibration at exactly the same time, at exactly the same place in their life. We would be ants. We would be ants. We would be controlled ants. And that's what they were trying to do to us. So naturally, we're all trying to activate each part of our own DNA and find our strength right now. So some of the things that individual people are going through, like my son, is all about finding his own path in a 3D world that we're used to being programmed to. Oh, I'm supposed to have this and that, and think about being in university and having my box store education and paying all this money to be someone that people expect me to be. That's what he's going through, that quarter life crisis of chemical reactions, of expectations. Whereas the reality is, we're sitting on this shift of going from a life that we were controlled to going to a life of manifestation. So it's this uncomfortability of the cage doors open, and we're being kind of pushed out of it, like be free in that way. But yet there's this apprehension because of the imbalance chemically that's going on physically with him alone. So we're all going through these chemical reactions. So some of are experiencing just their regular 3D life chemical reactions, but they're also getting this 5D, 4D information, and it's very upsetting and confusing because it's what we were talking about these last couple of years. So there's this resistance, right? So that's kind of what I've been witnessing this last 2 months is this big, huge dynamic shift. What about the geometria? Because I hear two, yes, good and bad. Yes, I know. I actually had to figure out which was which, the two geometria, and I go to geometrics.org, which is the better one. Yeah, I think that's what it's called. It's got a white screen. There's one that has a black screen, one that has a white screen, and I like the one that has the white screen. So, yeah. So, there are, as Fun tells me, nothing happened and not going to the worry. Oh, good, that's good. So, some of the things like I don't even care about the 3D money, and I say that very like happily. I don't care about that 3D money because the other system is to me infinite. It's not even like we can't even fathom how much is accessible based on our resources in each country and our birth certificates. Like, I don't think we can fathom that. Even if we did calculate it in a 3D world, I think it's 1 times 45 zeros in that bank account, that World Trust Bank account. So if you divide that between 8 billion, or is it really 8 billion? Maybe it's 6 billion. I don't know. Maybe it's only 4 billion. Do we even know the real total on this earth? So, anyways, it's a lot of money. It's going to shift the dynamic of ownership of us from slavery to us as actually manifesting living beings, which we are co-creators and, connecting with our God source. So that's all I'm asking people to do is sit in love and above and be unconditional and try not to get cheesed off at someone else's vibrations right now. It's very important because of all the information that's going to come flying out. There's going to be a lot of upset people. So people don't like to be wrong. And this is mind boggling to some people. It is. So love and above, everybody. Have a good day. I appreciate each and every one of you. Yeah, breathe and high vibes. Thanks very much, Carolyn. And yeah, I really appreciate everybody who's been tuning into this channel and sharing the videos that I make. And go back and uh, watch some of the old chart videos because they're the information that some people need to see now. So one is called When Did That Happen? That's a good one. And I think they pulled Family Portrait off. They've pulled quite a few videos, but if you go search for them, I think you can find a few. But anyways, take care, everybody. Have a great day.